What's going on, my crew? This is Jay. Welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures. So, I have a lot of things to tell you and show you. Some of you guys that watch the multiplayer series have gotten a little bit of a teaser, but nevertheless, check this out. First of all, I planted all of the gardens so that we would have these starting to grow, and it looks awesome to what I'm seeing right here. I think that one's not growing, maybe just because it doesn't have enough light. So everything's growing awesome. It needs to have a remodel, obviously, but we'll get to there in a bit. Netherwort, pumpkin, melon, and of course, over on the other side is wheat, carrots, and potatoes. And then if we come down this way, we have mushrooms, which seem to be growing pretty good. Apparently these mushrooms are not as well as these mushrooms, but nevertheless, we'll see how that goes and progresses. I've got in the middle here, these are sort of the miscellaneous things, which I will add automation soon here. It's just right now I don't have the equipment to automate it yet. But cocoa beans and cactuses, which I believe these are automated. The only thing automated, and they are trucking along. And then reeds, of course. But that in and of itself is not what is grand and going to be amazing about this whole thing. Oops, wrong way. See, that's how easy you can get lost. What's going to be grand and amazing is, if we come down here, I've been working all day yesterday and a little bit the day before that to hollow out these halls. 1 second, my cat came in. Every time. Okay, there we go. Right here, bada bing, bada boom. This is going to be the Arboretum. And originally when I built this thing, or planned this thing, I sort of gave a big box. And I was like, okay, we'll see how big it is. What I did is I figured out where these lines right here are going to end up meeting. And it ended up being exactly 50. So this is a 50 by 50 by 11 room. It is massive. And it will grow a lot of trees. Now I want one of every type of tree, and I think I'm going to be able to do 2 rows, and sort of what I wanted to calculate out today. So let's get some blocks here, and let's go with a packed ice block. Now trees, I believe if you want to have the most efficient tree farm, you put them 2 apart from each other, I believe is the way it's supposed to work. So we're going to go with that idea, and I just want to line these guys out just like so. Because they will grow together into one another. And once we find the most compact, I want to go a little narrower than that, so don't worry if I am incorrect in my math. We will have a lot of trees if I do this exact thing. Okay, so we have a 3 right there. This alone causes me to want to remove 1 of each in the middle, giving 5 blocks in between each one, allowing us to kind of see a little bit better how things are going to look. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, and I want 2 pairs of each, 2 rows of each. So let's say pine, birch, oak, darkwood. And it looks like we'll need 1 more, because there's 5 types of trees currently. So let's rearrange this a little better. Alright, so we're going to go with 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 might do the trick a little better. We'll see where that brings us. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. my silk touch. I've already repaired these many times before. It's ridiculous. Pretty much all my tools. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally 1, 2, 3. Okay, this gives a perfect even amount. So that would be oak, birch, pine, dark wood, what do you call it? The orange wood. Anyways, I think there's a torch underneath here. I keep seeing these black particles flying up. Weird. Anyways, so yeah, that's the way it's gonna go. And if we go by 3, let's just do a little math here. 3, and then boom, that's where the next one's gonna be. Boom, that's where the next one's gonna be. Boom. Let's see. Right here, that's where the next one's gonna be. Right here. That's not even halfway. And already we've got 5 trees growing. So this thing is gonna be huge, and it's gonna be perfect. Exactly what we need. Well, that's good that we've got some dirt here. I always like it when we have some dirt to dig out, because that makes the mining out this area process so much easier. Let me show you up there what we've got left to mine. This is the most tedious portion of it, and then I want to show you guys how we're going to build this particular part. So we've got this sort of narrowed out right here, and I think the next thing I'm going to do is just mine along this line right here and curve right about here so that I can have a nice chunk to mine out that's not as difficult as what we usually have, which is the most, I find when you're taking out a huge area, which I rarely ever do, it's best to break it up into chunks. This is a chunk that's lower to the ground, easier to deal with, and then probably I'll cut across this way, and that'll be a much smaller chunk because than usual, because it's once again lower to the ground, and then of course save the worst for last. This puppy right here is the biggest chunk, but even still, I think this is the height it's at. I can just, yeah, I can take it all in one big chunk, and I don't have to worry about all the excess crap. So this is what I've been working on the past few days, and honestly, I cannot wait for it to get done. I hate doing things like this, but I'm gonna show. Oh, I know what the black thing probably was. The squid, because we have water on the other side. Okay, let's see. We wanted to do this. Show you guys what I had in mind for. So obviously we're going to do a snow roof. As you guys can see, I've started to put in place the snow roof right here. It's already in place up here. We've got a few minor details to take care of and consider before we go too much farther. But right now, like I said, I just want to get this done. I'm probably going to cap it with a bunch of snow. And then we'll worry about the interior decorating later. So this is sort of what I'm going for right here. Is whoa, hey, water. I want to have a big stone brick wall, and then what I want to have over that, or under that rather. Come on. Why does it keep pushing me? That was weird. Over that, I want to have what we have here, which is stone, smooth stone. And then that's going to lead into the grass, which is going to look real nice and tidy. Every 2, we're going to have these torches to help light things up quite a bit. And I think that is going to work pretty slick. I think that's the right amount. Mainly because we need a lot of light for these guys to grow properly, And for the inner parts, what I want to do is I want to have a light right smack dab in the middle. So right here, it's going to be another one right here, going to be another one right here, going to be another one right here. Right? So it should light things up really well. I think, yeah, we're going to have to push this back by 1 because it's too close to the wall. But I think that 3, marking it every 3 is what's going to be the golden rule there. So, now comes the important part, and I know probably a lot of people have lost them by now in the episode because this is kind of a boring episode, but to those of you that have stayed, I'm embarking on a humongous project. A project that probably won't ever end. When I end Let's Plays, which I hope I never do, that's when it's going to end. And I'm going to be hopefully in this world. I haven't made a backup yet, which I definitely need to. You guys are asking for world downloads again, all that stuff. Right now, I am working on getting world downloads and the world backed up in and of itself. But to answer a question of, well, what is your momentous and humongous project that you want to do? Well, I want to create a world in this world, and I've wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it. But what makes this different than what I've wanted to do in the past is that I am going to do it with a much different approach than I have in the past. So what I'm going to do is every update I'm going to add, and this is just a tentative plan. Right now, it all depends on where I'm at, how my building is going, and all those sorts of different things. But every time the game updates, not snapshot-wise, but to an actual update, I'm going to create a new kingdom within my world. Now, I'm going to start off with 2 kingdoms. This snapshot, or not snapshot, but this update doesn't count. Basically, the simple good and evil kingdoms. And when I start, the snapshot I start in is when it's going to happen. Because right now, obviously, we need to get our base down, which will allow us to have all the materials we need and all the positioning we need. The other thing I really want to accomplish, if I can, before we embark on this project, is my nether hub, which will make things so much easier. Come here, creeper. I actually need to use this creeper. Give you guys a little hint. Pro tip. Hey, come here. Alright, now here's what you do. Boom. Thank you. Didn't need to cut those blocks down. So, given all of that, I hope you guys are excited for what's going to happen, because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create vast empires that are actually in the world. And when new snapshots come out, I'll be exploring. So those new explored worlds are going to be where the new empires or small towns or whatever I decide to do are going to be located. Basically, what I just want to do is I want to build. I want to have fun and explore, as well as, you know, do a lot of these other things. And I get to the point where if I just plain do what I'm doing, it gets boring. Whereas if I have a bunch of kingdoms where I can build or focus on a certain town, where I know what I want to build, where I know what I want to do in that specific town, then I can do it a lot easier. And I think it'll be more interesting for you guys. As well as, I hope you guys have favorite towns or favorite cities, or maybe even favorite empires that you can go with and enjoy when I build those. Now, the premise I'm going off of when I'm doing this, typically when I build something, I get discouraged after a week because it's not looking like I want it to, or I don't have all the buildings that I want to, and I've planned out something and it's not working the way I want it to, or something like that. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's sort of the slogan I'm going on. So I sort of just want to let you guys know it's not going to be built in a day. It's not going to be built in an episode. And if we're going to be building an empire, it's not even going to be built in a year. So let's just have fun building and take it step by step. And one day we're going to look back and we're going to go, holy cow, look at all the things we've built. Look at all the things we've done. And I want ideas from you. I'm going to go with a lot of architecture, at least at the start, that's familiar to some people. That being medieval, Roman architecture. I'm going to look up Persian and Chinese architecture. And just try and do that. But later on, I want to develop my own architecture and find out sort of my own style of building. Using different architectures from other places. Now, what makes this unique, I think, from other people is I'm actually going to be doing research. I'm going to research a lot of these architectural things and bringing it to the table rather than just watching a bunch of YouTube videos on Minecraft building. So, using some concepts, but also using poetic license. But either way, guys, I hope you guys are excited. And definitely, I cannot wait till this Arboretum is done. I haven't been on Casecraft. I've wanted to go on and get started on my house. I haven't. I've been here. Justin, if you're watching, that's why. I apologize. But I think I can get this done tonight and align the whole floor with dirt and start planting trees and seeing what I can get out of it before capping the roof. So, either way, guys, thanks for watching. And hope you guys enjoyed. But until next time, happy mining and crafting.